नमस्कार, मी कस्तुरी द इन्स्पायर्ड स्टोरीच्या विमेन्स डे स्पेशल या एपिसोडमध्ये तुमचं पुन्हा एकदा स्वागत आहे. आज आपल्यासोबत आहेत दी मोस्ट स्टनिंग आणि इन्स्पायरिंग फिगर विथ अस. शी हॅज डन अमेझिंग इन हर वर्क. शी इज अमेझिंग. आय हॅव नो वर्ड्स अँड जे कोणी त्यांना भेटतं त्यांच्याकडे काहीच शब्द नसतात त्यांना डिस्क्राईब करण्यासाठी, बिकॉज शी इज अमेझिंग. त्याच्या पलीकडे आणि शी इज सो डेडिकेटेड टू हर जॉब की त्यांनी मिरॅकल उभं केलं आहे लाईफमध्ये. हे हॅव डन मिरॅकल्स. सो लेट्स टॉक टू हर. इट्स नन अदर दॅन डॉक्टर तरिता शंकर मॅम. सो चला आपण त्यांच्याशी गप्पा मारूया, त्यांच्याबद्दल जाणून घेऊया. प्लस विमेन्स डे आहे, सो आपण विमेन एम्पावरमेंटबद्दल जास्तीत जास्त बोलणार आहोत आणि त्यांचे व्ह्यूज काय चला जाणून घेऊया. सो मॅम, welcome to our show. So we know you as chairperson of Indiran's group. So besides that, we want to know who is Dr. Tarita Shankar ma'am.
Okay. Uh, Firstly, Kasturi, thank you so much for getting me on your show and giving this amazing introduction about me. And I'm overwhelmed. But of course, everybody likes to be, appreciated. But appreciation coming from young students like you, for whom I am actually working and have dedicated my life to, I think that is my motivation. So, in short, you all young students and all the youth outside are my motivation, especially young girls like you. And it's because of you that I am doing whatever I'm doing. And many times I think of giving up. I say, no, it's enough now. And I say, no, till the end of my life, I cannot give up because there are so many youngsters like you who, need people like us to be with you. I don't think to guide you or anything, but just to be around you. I think, we give everything a very, very, complicated, feel that we need motivation day and night. We need someone to guide you day and night. It's not like that. I think the most important thing is that you need good people in your life.
Right.
If you have good people in your life and whatever you learn from them, that becomes, somewhere embodied, in your
Right.
actions and your daily life. So, what is and who is Tarita Shankar? Tarita Shankar is someone just like you, just maybe 40 years older than you.
Yeah.
But I was exactly you with all those dreams and hopes and those bright eyes that you have. I was all that when I was 20 years old, and I just went with the flow of life, and this is where I have reached today, with all the challenges and tons of ups and downs, and totally a wonderful roller coaster ride. I call it wonderful because when I look back on my life, I say, well, I don't want any other life than this. I don't want a life that could have given me everything at the age of 20, or given me a good husband at 25, and, a well settled life. I did not want that. Today, even though I sit as the chairperson of the Indira Group of Institutes and the Indira University, I don't feel myself, like that I have, I'm done or I've earned and I've arrived. I don't feel that because I feel that, there is never any destination that you have to, that this is it.
Achieve, right?
No, it's not that you've reached and you have to finish your journey. No, the journey keeps going, so every time you achieve something that you've set your eyes upon, set your heart upon, set a goal, then after that there's something new because that goal that completes already sets another goal for you. This is what I have seen in life. So there is never a closure for anything. We feel a lot of times that we need to close this, close that, and conclude, but it doesn't happen like that. Things just change, perspectives change, and you change along with that. And that change is something which I, adopted in my life from day one, and I think it is that change at that minute when it is required without any hesitation that I embraced it. That is the change. CHANGE is a very important and very, very big word, small word, but very big meaning and very big importance in our life. If you keep accepting change, I think you can build a wonderful life for you and those around you. And what I find most challenging in the last years and what changed me also was that people not willing to change. So you have to change. So when you don't have people changing around you,
You have
You
to
have to
change
change.
yourself.
There has to be somebody who has to change.
Yeah.
You know, if you have अगर इस जिंदगी की
गाडी
गड्डी
पुढे
आगे
आणायची आहे.
लेकी जाणी है आपल्याला जर आयुष्यात पुढे पुढे जायचं असेल आणि मागे वळून बघितलं तर फक्त आपल्याला आपल्या आठवणी आणि ज्या काही गोष्टी आपल्याला चांगल्या काही गोष्टी शिकवून जातात, काही धडे शिकवून जातात, त्याच मागच्या गोष्टी आपण बरोबर घ्यायच्या असतात. आणि आपल्या आयुष्यात कितीही काही वाईट घडलेलं असेल तरी त्या वाईट घडलेल्या गोष्टी आपण विसरून जायच्या असतात, चांगल्या घडलेल्या गोष्टी लक्षात ठेवायच्या असतात. कारण चांगल्या गोष्टी ज्या घडतात तोच आपला चांगुलपणा बनत जातो आणि आपण चांगल्या प्रकारे दुसऱ्या लोकांची वागत राहतो. आणि आय थिंक being good to others as far as possible is the most important thing. It is very difficult to be good all the time. It's not possible, especially when you're in business, when you're running a huge organization. It is not possible. So a lot of times I have to accept these challenges of people not liking me.
Right.
You may say that whoever meets her finds her amazing, this that. It's not like that. There are a lot of people who must be hating me from the bottom of their hearts, but it's their, if they understand from where I'm coming from, and if they accept that change, because I have never hated anybody in my life.
You're right.
I don't carry hate for anybody. I don't hate anybody in my life. Never. Why is that? Because I have never considered it that whatever the person has done is something wrong. It was required at the moment, so the person did it. It is for me to change and move on. You see, I cannot change people, but I can surely move on. I can help people to change, but if they do not want to change, it could be their path that they're choosing. Sometimes it could be their loss. Sometimes it could also be their good.
Right.
It is everything. You have to accept and you have to move on. So I think that is what I have been, and all my life, what I've learned today is that never to give up,
Yeah.
never giving up. I mean, no matter what, whether it's in your family, you don't have ups and downs and challenges in your work only. It's in family also. Family, work is like family and family is like work. Family, even family and houses, it's like an industry. You have to keep people together. You have to run it, properly. So both ways, both the things apply. Whatever applies there applies here, applies here, applies there. And I think both the places, being a woman, being emotional has helped me. I mean, I'm not an emotional fool, but having emotions,
Emotional, yeah.
that drive to a better, conclusion of things, to the better movement of life. I think those kind of emotions are very essential. And as we are around Women's Day, I personally don't believe a lot in Women's Day because every day is our day.
Yeah.
There should be a Men's Day only. Actually, there should not be a Women's Day because every day is a Women's Day. एक दिन भी ऐसे नहीं होता है कि औरत के बगैर कोई जिंदगी, किसी की जिंदगी या किसी का घर या किसी का कुछ भी चल सकता है. You need a woman around you. And the woman is where life begins.
Yeah.
So I mean, a woman is very important, and I think those emotions are brought by a woman, and I think they are very important to run a home and to run an industry or to run a business or an organization or society or the nation or the planet. Okay.
You have an perspective of women's, and it's very different beyond, like, how society is and how it's running so far, and I think it's not a bit of changing, but it's changing. We can say it's evolving. So, what do you think? What is the one mantra you can give to society? It's not empowering women, and it's not. You can see what is happening. So, what do you think? How is women lacking in this economic system, and how should they cope up with it? What do you think?
I think you have two questions.
Yeah.
One is about economic system. You mean the woman should be how she
How
should be
she
in
developing,
Huh.
and second thing is that not everyone is seeing from your perspective to women. So how can you change it?
I think the most this question is very important because whatever woman does, whether she's in business or she's in a job, she's working anywhere, I think the most important thing to change, and I've always been saying this, that it is not empowering women, it is changing the outlook of the men. That is the most important thing. So whether I have two sons today and I have a ton of men friends and I handle a lot of men at my work, I think changing their outlook towards women is empowering women. You don't tell the women, go fight the man, go do this, that. Okay, that is a different story completely. But firstly, if our men change their outlook towards women, they start like they start treating women as an equal, not as a woman, but as a human being, as a friend, as a companion in life, and as one of the parts of existence on the planet. I think a lot of things would change. Like, that's the way I have brought up my sons.
Right.
So they have a complete different perspective towards women. So wherever they go, whether they are going to work, they're going to study, when they marry, when they have girlfriends, whatever it is, their perspective is going to be very different towards that woman. So
Right.
this is what women, mothers, sisters need to do, friends. They need to, empower men. More importantly than empowering women on one hand, making her economically, strong, economically stable, educationally, like knowledge-wise stable is one thing, of course, which I think even men need to do. But at the same time, helping our men to change their entire outlook and perspective towards women is the first and foremost thing which every woman should take upon herself. Because men need that. They need, and I have seen it because I've done it with my sons, I've done it with my brother, so I know how it is, how they look at women. So that is important, and that if that changes, certainly the woman's standing in society changes completely. At work also, she is looked upon, as a partner, as a companion. She's not looked upon as a fairer sex, that, oh, what can she do? I have to take care of her, or why should she be better than me, or why should I report to a woman or something?
Right.
That will not happen if the men start thinking differently. So I think everywhere, my one special message to society is that, and to mothers, young, who are having young sons, brothers around them, husbands around them, their own fathers, help to change their outlook towards women.
Ma'am, you have a huge stuff. Like you're handling so much together. Like, have you ever heard that women's are not equally treated or something? And how have you handled those situations practically without hurting men's section or men's stuff in your group?
Women are treated differently many times, and uh, in my organization, I have sometimes seen. I mean, I don't want to cite the men or the women or anyone,
Right.
but I have also seen women take advantage of them being
Yeah,
women.
that's true.
So that is something I would like to change, and I would like to appeal to women out there that if you are going to take advantage of you being a woman, then do not expect the men to treat you differently.
Right.
They are going to treat you like a woman because you are screaming and shouting that, please, I'm a woman, so treat me like a woman. Don't do that. So I've seen these situations also. In some situations, I have seen, men behaving not rightly with women, and in those situations, I have to be very strict and very stern, specifically if anything is related to their physical attributes, to any kind, even a little bit of physical or sexual, or a fairer sex harassment. Sometimes it's not that you just go and, you cannot name everything sexual harassment. Something is just below that,
Yeah.
that you're a woman, so you're looked at differently.
Yeah.
So if you do that, then I think that is something that you have to address. And many a times I have to be stern with the men. I have to be stern with the women.
Women.
Because
You have to treat
yeah,
them
yeah,
fair.
I have to treat them fair. I can't tell the man that she's a woman, so why don't you treat her? I
Yeah.
don't want that.
Right.
Because then I cannot, then if the man says something, there are even women who take objection to, supposing they come to office and the woman is really looking nice, and if I can tell a man that, wow, you look like a dude today, the man can tell the woman, wow, you look gorgeous today. Today you are a woman, you are taking my interview, and you said all those things about me. She's stunning, she's amazing. So I have to accept it. But at the same time, if there would have been a young man sitting here and he would have seen the same things, I'm not the woman who's going to say, wow, a woman can say this or a girl can say this. If a boy says it, it has got a different meaning.
Yeah.
No way. No way. Not at all. I'm going to accept it as a compliment in whatever
Right.
way. I'm not going to take it in the other way. And let's go a step further. I have always believed that a woman is a woman. She is going to look beautiful. She is going to attract attention. And why
Right.
not? I
And
mean,
why not?
and why not? I am born a woman for that. Today, if you go to the society is changing. Today, even men look very nice, and we do not hesitate in giving a man a compliment.
Compliment.
That
Yeah.
you are looking awesome. Your dress is superb. You look gorgeous. I mean, you use the word gorgeous to a man and a woman alike.
Yeah, same.
Things have changed.
Yeah.
So why, when we say to a man, it is not, anything like a physical, thing. But when we say to a woman or a girl, it's a physical thing. Why? So I think that is something in my organization I try to change. I, I mean, I always, tell the men in my, in my life and around them, about them, the good things. I applaud the men around me, and I applaud the women around me. So of course, there are many households, there are many women working in my organization who need that special treatment, maybe at home, because in their own homes, they are not, treated well. They are treated as a woman or something. So there is somewhere we can hold hands with them and, empower them to be better in their houses, find the problems. And empowering women doesn't mean that you pick up something and start fighting or hitting somebody or something. No. You have to be logical. You see, I mean, of course, again, everywhere today, you and me are sitting, in an air conditioned room and talking, so it's very easy to talk. But there are a lot of problems against women, in the lower strata of society and in the upper strata of society. Women are treated badly. There is a lot of women, physical abuse and all these things are there. That's where the women empowerment is needed. And there are two things I have seen, that sometimes, women are empowered. They are, like they are educated, they can stand on their own feet, but they don't want to. They want an easy life. And at some places, I've seen that yes, women are educated, they can stand on their own feet, and they have left the life, which is not meant for them. They're married, families, or their own families where they're not treated well, and they've lived on their own. And they've made, their life on their own as a woman. So they also must have faced challenges. But somewhere I think there are all kinds of examples, Kasturi, in this world today. All kinds of people, all kinds of women, all kinds of men. Our duty, today as women, in the society who have achieved something, who are looked upon, that they can do something for society, must look at society in a very fairer, in a very fair way, in a very equal way. That it's not always women who are the trouble, the men who are the troublemakers. Women can be troublemakers. You have to find the solutions. Whoever it is, we have to try to make them a better person. That is what I as a woman I believe in. And that one thing I always feel that, uh, caring for people, making people better, and doing things in a better way is a trait and attribute which women have. We generally are given that. I mean, though I'm a businesswoman and I handle a huge organization and I'm looking up to 1,200 employees and 16,000 students, yet in my own house, it is me who gives that homely touch. I want to close the curtains behind. I want that the AC is proper. I want to see, if everything is working properly or not. I want to plan the menu for my next day. I want to, train my daughter-in-law that, okay, do this, because I wanted to become a person who can handle many more people better. So how you can make people better around you? I think that is something, it's a special attribute to women. And we must make use of that, at all times. We must make use of our caring attitude, our emotions, our being, more sensitive for betterment. And not use it to achieve something, or, as a woman, use that woman card. A lot of times women use that card that I'm a woman. No, I want to use it for the betterment of others. How I can get and how I can give more rather than how I can get more. You know.
So, ma'am, tell me that you told me right now that you are managing your emotions day by day. So, tell me how difficult it is to manage your emotions more. How are you managing them? Because at a point you get exhausted of those emotions too. Sometimes at the end of the day, you come after a very hectic day and you're tired and you just don't want to show up. Then, how do you accumulate your thoughts together and just wake up with a flow?
So this is a very wonderful question and very meaningful in today's world for all of us. I mean, what I am doing today, what you as a young student are doing today, life has become very demanding. Everything that you do is very demanding, and many a times we all feel that 24 hours are less. And many a times you feel, God, I don't want tomorrow to come. At the same time, many a times I also have the feeling, why is there a night in between? Because I'm so excited about the next day, I don't want the night to be there in between. So this is, like emotions are something, which are, it's a flow. Someday our emotions are good, So they lead us to good. Someday our emotions are not good, and we don't want to do anything. And sometimes you even want to break somebody's head around. Sometimes I'm there in office and things are going, one day everything goes bad. And then I just look upon 2 days back, that's how I handle. I say 2 days back, the same woman and the same office, everything went right. How happy I was at the end of the day. Today, everything is right, so everything is bad. So I feel like breaking everything. Then I think of that day when everything went good, and I just calm myself. I just
Right.
keep myself calm, and I say, okay, things are not going right. Just forget today. Let's stop working. Let's not do anything. Let's wait for tomorrow. It's a
Right.
cycle. It keeps changing. Sunday after Sunday comes Monday, then Tuesday. It's a cycle, and Sunday comes again. You see, so this is a cycle of emotions that we all are going to have. So at my age, of course, I have learned to, control it with. I feel, more than control it, rather, I just let it go. And I say, well, I'm not here forever. I'm not, everything doesn't depend on me. If I go to sleep tonight, the world is not going to collapse.
Right.
And if it has to collapse just because I'm sleeping, it's not going to stop collapsing that she's sleeping. Let me not collapse.
Right.
It is going to happen.
It is.
So at my age, I have learned to think like that. I've learned to leave a lot of things, to karma, to God, to the universe. I do my best and I leave the rest to the universe, to the God. I say, okay, I've done my best, now you take care of it. Whatever comes out of it. Initially, something used to go wrong, something used to go not right. It used to affect me. Today, it doesn't affect me. Today, I feel it was not meant to be, it's not going to happen. Something else will happen. So let me work towards that. At your age, I was different. I wanted everything to go the way I wanted.
Right.
So, as years pass, as time passes, as age passes, you learn to accumulate your feelings, you learn to assimilate your feelings, you learn to compartmentalize your
Right.
feelings and your emotions. That is, something that is will come with experience and with age. And the more you grow in life, the more you grow older, you realize that, everything is not for you and you're not for everything.
Okay,
So,
that's the most important thing
yes,
you said.
yeah. You
And I
cannot get everything in this world, and neither can I give everything to everybody.
and I guess nowadays you have this mindset because you have this experience. Like I'll truly say you, like my age people are like that we want it like this and we are going to do it and कोई भी लिमिट हो हम यही करेंगे बट दे डोंट नो द फाइन लाइन बिटवीन इट एंड दे आर गोइंग टू अपोजिट डायरेक्शंस सो was there anything someone consulted you that we are ये है और ये हमारा अचीव नहीं हो रहा है पर हमें ये भी करना है like they are going on the different path leaving their goal behind so what is the one advice usually you give them?
मैं सच बताऊं, I will. You're talking to a person, who has been young like you, and who has been an immense, risk taker. I have been a very risk-taking woman. I've been an impulsive woman. At times, I've been the black sheep of the family. मैं वैसे ही थी तो मैं ये एडवाइस नहीं दे सकती आपके एज के बच्चों को कि आपको कॉशियसली काम करना चाहिए, आपको सोच समझ के करना चाहिए. नहीं, एक उमर होती आहे, ते एक वय असतं. त्या वयामध्ये जर तुम्ही रिस्क नाही घेतली, त्या वयामध्ये जर तुम्ही चुका नाही केल्या, तर तुम्ही शिकू नाही शकणार. सगळ्याच गोष्टी जर तुम्ही विचार करून करत गेलात, तर मग त्या वयाला काय अर्थ आहे? मग 20 वर्षाचे जेव्हा तुम्ही असता, तेव्हा तुमचं जे यूथ असतं, तुमची जी एनर्जी असते, ती खूप वेगळ्या लेव्हलला असते. त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही चुका केल्याच पाहिजेत. करा. तुला माहिती आहे की तुला तिकडे जायचं आहे, पण तिकडे कोणतरी खेचतंय, तुझं दुसरं मन तिकडे खेचतंय. जा तिकडे जाऊन ये. तिकडे जाऊन पडून धडून लागून ये आणि मग या रस्त्यावरती जा. तेव्हाच तुला कळेल की हा रस्ता बरोबर आहे.
बरोबर.
सो कोणीतरी सांगतंय म्हणून तिकडे जायचं नाही. तुझं म्हणजे दिस इज समथिंग आय डोंट ॲडवाइज. इफ समथिंग इज गोइंग टू गो रॉंग, लेट इट गो रॉंग, कस्तुरी. बिकॉज दॅट इज, it's only that which teaches you right. Failure only teaches you success. Otherwise, there will be no meaning to success. You will not know what is success. Why is every language has, any word has an opposite? There is always an opposite to something.
Right.
Why is it? Because we need to try both. We need to be, and everybody cannot be good all the time. So you have to be bad sometimes. And what is bad and good? It is somebody else who decides it. Your heart has to decide what is good and bad. Sometimes what you feel is good and right is wrong and bad for somebody else.
Right.
Sometimes what you feel is wrong or bad, the opposite person says, no, I like it this way, so I did it. So this is some advice that, yes, of course, there is something like caution. but you are your best guide. Today you youngsters say in our times, I hardly remember anybody besides my parents guiding me.
Right.
My parents were my best teachers and the teachers in my school or college. We didn't have so many friends who taught us or who told us. Today your world is very different. You have the internet. It's like a complete other world.
Yeah.
You have hundreds of mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers, who are advising you, ma so, baba so, everybody, all your friends, everybody is advising you on different things.
Right.
I can imagine, how difficult life is for the Gen Z today, or the millennials, I can say, how difficult it is because there's so much of pressure to you from all sides,
Yeah.
and there's so much of exposure to you, so you don't know what to choose. At our times, life was different. So y'all are going to make more mistakes than us, either that, or either y'all are going to be clever and understand what is around you and make your own decision. Because there are so many people, you have so many live examples around you, you can always see who's gone wrong, who's gone right, and make your choices. In our times, even that was not there. There was no phone. I mean, forget about
Right.
talking to anybody. In my house when I was young, the phone was in somebody else's house.
Right.
My friends had to call, I had to go to the next house and take the call till I got a telephone in my house.
Right.
So life was very different there. Life is very different today. And I feel that you have this entire technology, at your feet,
Feet.
I can say,
Yeah.
and how you use it.
That's
Whether you lift
important.
it up or you kick it with your feet. For it is something you have to decide how to make the best use of everything that is available to you.
Ma'am, just tell me that are students really going on a good path right now? Like using the internet, you said right now. Is it good? Like you have managing 16,000 students at once. So, do you think students are going on a correct path using the internet?
See, it is like there are many examples in front of me. I have my own son, who is an example. I mean, I have two sons. So, both my sons, one of my son, none of them are into, like stupid, reels and all that. Very few. Now, you are on Instagram today. Reels, memes, they're a part of your life.
Yeah, they are.
How much you give importance to them is something you decide. The internet will throw you everything of your choice and sometimes of not your choice. You have to decide. Like my younger one is totally into the internet with his documentaries, and his knowledge about the entire world is fantastic. He doesn't watch anything stupid on the internet. At the same time, of course, he gets some memes and jokes and he forwards it to the family group or to friends. And of course, that's
That's a
now a
part.
part of life.
That's
I
part
mean,
of life.
yeah, my older one is so much into music. He loves music. His way of beating his schedule and coming and relaxing is putting on his AirPods and putting on the music and listening to the songs, his favorite songs on YouTube. He has his own iPod, and he has his own songs downloaded, and he keeps listening to music. And he watches all those songs, and he watches a lot of he loves watching news. So my older one is like totally into news.
Yeah.
He wants to keep abreast of all the news. So he has ABP Maza, and he has Z News, and he has Times Now, and all those channels on his phone. So all he's doing is watching on news, and most of the news we get from him.
Right.
That this has happened, and this is over there, and all that we get. So this is how youngsters are making good use of the internet. I think it also depends a lot on who is
Person.
person
Yeah.
and who's around in their life,
Yeah.
who's guiding them.
That's
If you
matter.
have good parents, if you have good teachers, if you have a good peer group, so that is important. What you watch on internet, there's so much. So the students today are divided. I feel that I won't say that all are doing bad or all are watching the right things or the wrong things. I think sometimes there is also midway. Some people watch not the right things, but then what is right and what is wrong, who decides?
Right.
It's that person who's going to decide.
Decide.
But anyway, watching too much on that also, or being too much into internet all the time is also not good.
Not good.
I mean, I feel that a lot of things what you watch there, something good can be implemented in your life. So like I love cooking shows, I'm into cooking. So I have my entire, like I have a file in which maybe 5-10,000 cooking dishes are stored. So I use that and I cook a lot. you know
That's one hobby we got. Listen, guys.
I love cooking, and I cook every day. Tomorrow also I'm hosting a party for my colleagues, and I have made the entire menu. with my son, and my daughter-in-law was just now making the menu card, and I like to make things, I like to do things a little, stylishly. I like to do things with perfection. So we're going to have a sit-down dinner for 15 people. So there will be menu cards. Then we have, table cards, who's sitting where. We love to do this because this is the way for me also of beating, my daily life challenges or my daily life routine. That I go to office, I work, I sign tons of files, I give tons of decisions. So when I come back, I want to do something completely different. So I want to cook, I want to set these things and I want to make things beautiful. I want to create things, And then when with all this, I'm refreshed, for my next week to come. So my weekends I take it very easy. I try to tell the students at least that yes, in today's world where there is so much that you all have to, like your college schedules, your classes and all have become very very strenuous. It's not easy, but somehow I have tried to tell even my directors, and we try to make a policy that no matter what, at least one Sunday completely has to be given off to the students. If they want to study, fine. If they want to go and swim, fine. If they want to go and play tennis, if they just want to sleep in bed for the whole day, fine. Because even your lives have become difficult, it's not easy.
मॅम तुम्ही या क्षणाला जेव्हा मागे वळून बघता वेन यू स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम दी स्क्रॅच आणि आत्ता तुम्ही असे बसलेले आहात व्हॉट इज द मेजर डिफरन्स आणि ते क्षण आठवले की असं वाटतं की तो काळ होता ते मी कामं केली होती आणि आत्ता मी ते कामं केली म्हणून आत्ता असेल सो ती फिलिंग कशी आहे आणि कसं तुम्हाला वाटतं एवढं सगळं अचीव करून आणि जिथून स्क्रॅचपासून सुरुवात झालेली सो ती कशी फिलिंग्स आहेत
ते फिलिंग याचा समज जर मी आता इथे बसल्याने आता तू हा प्रश्न विचारल्यानंतर मी खरंच खूप वर्ष मागे गेले आणि ऑफकोर्स फिलिंग ऑफ अचीवमेंट ही खूप छान असते पण मला अजूनही वाटतं की माझा तो काळ जास्ती छान होता तो काळ मला खूप आठवतो कारण त्या काळामध्ये मी खूप सिम्पल राहू शकत होते मी स्वतःहून मी म्हणून राहू शकत होते आज मी ते तेवढं करत नाही पण मी खूप बोल्ड आणि बिंदास असल्यामुळे मी आजही मी म्हणून राहते पण मला असं वाटतं कधी कधी मी खूप उगीच माझ्यावरती खूपशा गोष्टी ओढवून घेतल्यात की आय हॅव टू स्टे लाईक दॅट आय एम एक्सपेक्टेड टू बी लाईक दॅट पर्टिक्युलरली सो असं वाटतं अचीवमेंटच्या बाबतीत खूप छान वाटतं की आज एवढ्या सगळे आयुष्य आपण घडवतोय आणि म्हणजे थोडक्या म्हणजे कशातूनच शून्यातून सुरुवात केलेली आहे आणि ते आज इथं येऊन थांबलेली आहे आणि थांबलेली पण नाही आहे चालूच आहे आता आपली इंदिरा युनिव्हर्सिटी झालेली आहे सो आता तर माझ्या डोक्यावरती एवढी कामं आहेत ते आय नो माय सेल्फ आणि त्याच्या तुम्ही एका स्टेजला आल्यामुळे सोशल ऑब्लिगेशन्सही खूप वाढतात आता इथून मी माझ्या एका मैत्रिणीच्या पुस्तकाच्या बुक रिलीजला चालली आहे अँड शी वॉन्ट्स मी मैत्रिणी माझे सगळे प्रोग्राम्स कोणीतरी होस्ट करते तिचा प्रोग्राम मी अख्खा होस्ट करणार आहे आय एम द MC आउट देअर आय एम गोइंग टू होस्ट पण माझ्या मैत्रिणीचा आहे तो प्रोग्राम सो अशा खूप गोष्टी म्हणजे लाईफ घडत आलं पण जर मी मागे वळून बघितलं तर ते माझे दिवस जेव्हा होते की तेव्हा छोट्या घरामध्ये राहायचो आम्ही आई वडील माझे आता वडील इज नो मोर आई आहे माझी बहीण होती मोठी शी इज ऑल्सो नो मोर शी पास्ट अवे विथ कॅन्सर आणि जेव्हा मी इंदिरा घडवत होते माझा भाऊ माझ्याबरोबर होता माझी आई माझ्याबरोबर होती आमच्या दोघांची लग्न झालेली नव्हती तो एक काळ वेगळा होता मग आमची लग्न झाली मग आमच्या लग्नामध्ये आमच्या लग्नांचे काय काय प्रॉब्लेम झाले काय जे होत गेले प्रत्येक माझ्या फॅमिलीमध्ये सगळीकडे असतं तर मग जेव्हा मागे बघून बघतो तेव्हा वाटतं तेव्हाची लाईफ खूप सिम्पल आणि खूप सुंदर होती खूप छान होती म्हणून माझी सगळ्यांना अशी ॲडवाईस असेल की आपल्याला तेव्हा मला खूप वाटायचं की मला एवढ्या गाड्या पाहिजेत मला असं घर पाहिजे मला हे असं करायचं आहे हे सगळं केल्यावर आज मला खूप म्हणजे त्याचा आनंद आहे त्याच्यावरती मला त्याचा गर्व कधीच नाही आहे आणि मग माझ्या सोल सॅटिस्फॅक्शन आहे पण असा विचार नक्कीच येतो की आज माझ्याकडे 3 घरं आहेत मी एकाच घरात राहू शकते माझ्याकडे 4 गाड्या आहेत मी आज एका वेळेला एकाच गाडीत बसू शकते पण माणूस आहे मी ह्युमन आहे ह्युमन माइंड हॅज लाईक क्रेविंग्स and I am also human. I'm like everybody else. So I have cravings. I want this, I want that, I want so much better. But at the same time, if I don't get something, that doesn't make me sad or something. Then it always tells me, because my mother always taught me that म्हणजे माझी आई नेहमी मला शिकवायची आणि हा खूप महत्त्वाचा म्हणजे एक धडा आहे सगळ्यांना शिकण्यासारखा आहे की आई लहानपणी नेहमी शिकवायची की आपण जेव्हा बसमध्ये बसतो तेव्हा आपण गाडीमधनं जाणाऱ्या लोकांकडे बघायचं नाही तो रस्त्यावरनं चालत जातो त्याच्याकडे बघा की त्या माणसाकडे बसचे पैसे नाही आहेत म्हणून तो चालत चालला आहे आपल्याकडे निदान बसचे पैसे आहेत तर आपण बसमध्ये बसून तरी जाऊ शकतोय हा जर आपण मनात जर हा विचार ठेवला की जे आहे त्याच्यात आनंदी राहणं, तुम्ही कलेक्ट करत जा. म्हणजे मी हे म्हणत नाही की चांगलं आयुष्य जगायचं नाही, पैसा कमवायचा नाही, सगळं करायचं, पण एखाद्या वेळेस एखादी गोष्ट नाही मिळाली तर ती मनाला लावून एवढी नाही घ्यायची की त्याची आपल्या लाईफवरती त्याचा इफेक्ट होऊ शकतो. जे आहे त्याच्यात पण आनंदी राहायला शिकलं पाहिजे. दॅट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट.
दॅट्स द माझा तो पुढचा प्रश्न होता की तुम्हाला मिळालेला एक सल्ला आणि तुम्ही तो पुढे काय कॅरी कराल, तुम्ही कम्प्लीट केला
हा,
ॲक्च्युली.
अख्खा आयुष्यभर मी माझ्या मुलांना सुद्धा आज तोच सल्ला देत आले, म्हणून त्यामुळे माझी मुलं सुद्धा खूप म्हणजे खूप ग्राउंडेड आहेत, खूप हंबल आहेत. आणि एका स्त्रीसाठी हे खूप मोठी गोष्ट असते की तिने जन्म दिलेल्या मुलांना तो त्या तिने शिकवलेल्या गोष्टींचा वारसा पुढे कसे नेणार आहेत. सो आय एम व्हेरी शुअर दॅट माय सन्स विल डू अ गुड जॉब ऑफ होल्डिंग अप सोसायटी, बिल्डिंग अ बेटर सोसायटी. अँड माझं लक खूप छान आहे की मी एज्युकेशनमध्ये आहे, तर माझी खूप मुलं आहेत आणि त्या सगळ्या मुलांना घडवण्याचा प्रयत्न मी करते. तर नक्कीच थोडं तरी तुम्ही काहीतरी शिकून काहीतरी चांगलं नक्कीच सोसायटीमध्ये, जगामध्ये, प्लॅनेटमध्ये ह्युमन सस्टेनेबिलिटी तुम्ही नक्कीच कुठल्या ना कुठल्या प्रकारे तरी घडवता.
राईट. सो जर आत्ता तुम्हाला विमेन्सना एक असा सल्ला द्यायचा असेल, काय द्याल तुम्ही?
एक सल्ला असा कस्तुरी आपण आजच्या जगात नाही देऊ शकत वुमेन्सला. मी फक्त एकच सांगू शकेन की स्त्रीचा जन्म, अ वुमेन्स लाईफ, इट इज गॉड्स बेस्ट गिफ्ट टू ह्युमॅनिटी. So make the best use of being a woman. The attributes, the qualities that woman has, nobody else on this earth has. So make the best use of it and make the use, like I said, for sustaining humanity. The planet will sustain only when humanity is sustained with the
Right.
best values,
Right.
and the woman can do it the best. So make the best use of being the woman for building a better society and a better world.
Means women are ruling society and women are not recognizing it की आम्हीच हे रूल करतोय आणि
रूल
आम्ही
करत आपण रूल हा
आणि
शब्द चुकीचा आहे.
रूल इन
आपण
द
रूल नाही
सेन्स
करत आहे.
वी आर चेंजिंग इट.
आपण आपण या
वी कॅन
सोसायटीला
चेंज इट.
घडवण्यामध्ये,
हां, वी कॅन चेंज इट.
मेकिंग इट, या चेंजिंग इट, मेकिंग इट, अपहोल्डिंग द गुड व्हॅल्यूज ऑफ सोसायटी is something a woman can do best.
And she's
And she
not
has to realize,
recognizing
yes,
it.
she's
She's
not
not realizing.
recognizing it. So she must recognize the good qualities, the attributes that have been given to her, and use it in the right way instead of the wrong way sometimes that women use it for.
And my last question, what are your goals of 2025 and how are you looking forward to accomplish it?
In 2025, just now, my major goal is that we have just become a university,
University.
Indira University, and 2025 is going to be completely a year dedicated, to setting down the Indira University and the goals of the Indira University. A lot of new things to be done in that. So I think in 2025, that is the major goal, of course, and to achieve that goal, to transit from Indira Group of Institutes to Indira University.
University.
I think as a woman, as a human, I need, to focus on my health. Most importantly, because I tell
Exactly.
everybody health is wealth. If you
Exactly.
have health, you can do all this. So focusing on my health is very, very important for me. So I'm going to do that. So health that will lead to happiness is my goal in 2025, and happiness can come from like Indira University. One of my son is going abroad to study to do his
Right.
masters, to see that he gets into a right college this year. So these are the very goals of life now in
And one
2025.
more question. It's my personal question. How are you coping up with your fashion? Like you are amazing. You're like literal icon. I can say you're doing amazing fashion. I want the secret. What is your secret? How are you coping up with?
I was not like that always. Let me tell you, I was a very simple girl, very simple woman, and I transited from the girlhood to womanhood in a very simple way. Very simple way. I came from a very, very basic middle class family. But in the last few years, the exposure to the world and to the exposure in your internet and, to the women, the women icons that I follow in India and abroad. I saw everyone, all of them, though they have achieved in their fields of excellence, somebody in dancing, somebody in acting, somebody in industry, but they always took very good care of their, dressing
Dressing
sense.
sense.
And dressing sense is not just outside. Dressing
Exactly.
sense is your inner hygiene, to keep clean. How can you keep clean? Your teeth to be brushed twice a day,
Right.
your ears to be cleaned, simple things, your nails to be kept good, to see that you are not smelling, that you are not sweaty, all these things, to eat healthy. These are the important goals for to become a style icon. It is not just you're wearing good clothes or wearing good jewelry and putting the right kind of makeup. No,
Right.
you no amount of makeup can hide the inner glow, or no amount of
That's a
makeup
fact.
can create a glow for you. No.
That's a
So
fact.
that is something that my own icons in life. I have a mother who's 86 years old and who looks amazing at 86,
Yeah, she
and
looks
the way
amazing.
she takes care
Touch
of
wood.
herself, touch wood,
Touch wood.
the way she takes care of herself, her hygiene, her today also in a month, the woman, her fashion, her beautician will come home and do her facial, clean her nails, put her, like nail color and everything. So that is something that I follow, and I think a woman is, I mean, the whole crux is that the woman is supposed to look beautiful.
That's
She's
a
meant to
fact.
be beautiful,
Yeah, that's
and
a
the
fact.
beauty is not in, her being dark or her being fair, her being short or her being tall or being fat or thin. The beauty is in her smile, you see. And so if you have a beautiful smile, that smile comes when you're happy from inside, when you're
Exactly.
contented from inside.
Exactly.
So that, the smile, if you have a beautiful smile, that is the best adornment, the
And I
best
want to give
jewelry.
you a compliment. You are very beautiful.
Oh my God.
You have
Thank you.
amazing talkative eyes. You
Thank
have a
you.
very good smile, and we
Thanks for
all
making
love
me.
you. We all
Thank
love you
you.
from bottom of our
Thank you
hearts.
so much.
So
Thanks a lot. I mean, this is the love that keeps me going,
yeah,
honestly.
and I
Honestly.
guess this love will never end from any of
I
us.
want to die whenever I die with that love intact of all of you.
Everyone will give you as much love as you want, as much respect. We have a huge respect for you. We consider you as an icon, and that's why I'm always I want to know about you everything. That's why I was asking everything, that I want to achieve something like you. I want to become something like you. At the age of this, I want to be like you. Like sitting, having my coffee. I'm sitting, I'm managing my
I love tea, by
work.
the way, not coffee.
Okay.
I'm a tea person. I love tea.
Okay.
I'm a chai wali, like complete. I love chai.
हां देन मग असं बसून चहा
Ho,
पिणं
ho,
निवांत
ho.
आणि मग नंतर कामाला जाणं. आम्ही पण विचार करतो की आमची लाईफ
हा
तुमच्यासारखी असावी.
निवांतपणा नसतो, हा असा निवांतपणा आणायला लागतो. आणि
आणि यू
तो
हॅव टू वर्क
निवांतपणा, हा, आणि
हार्ड.
टू वर्क हार्ड, तो
व्हेरी
निवांतपणा
हार्ड.
आणायला तुम्हाला खूप खूप हार्डवर्क करायला लागतं. आणि त्यावेळेला तुम्हाला सगळा चहा वगैरे सगळं विसरायला लागतं. दॅट इज द
So,
थिंग.
ma'am, we really love you.
Thank you so much, darling.
Thank you so much
My
for your
blessings to
time.
you forever and ever and ever, to all
Thank
of
you
you.
so much.
May all your dreams come true. May your lives become successful. May you become wonderful, loving, caring human beings. And may you find a lot of love in your life.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, ma'am. Thank you so much.